Hello everyone and welcome to the APL Round 8 of the F1 2010 Championship. Today we have the Brazilian Grand Prix at the famous Circuit Interlagos, with 12 drivers taking part in the race today. We start with a 10-minute qualifying and then we go for an exciting race. There is unfortunately no racing action. In real life this weekend, but there is the 12 hours of Sebring if we don't count F1. And we also have this great championship, so I think that's good enough of a compensation. With Void Intent taking P1 so far, as the drivers start to set their first lap times. Here you can see Sebo, the Renault driver, on his fast lap as well. And into the wall goes Sebo, as he lost the car there on the curb. Wow. So that will be 0 from this lap. Here is the Griggs on his out lap, about to start his first flying lap in the qualifying. Into turn 1 we go. And on board with the Williams driver. Onto this DRS straight. The drivers won't be using DRS as F1 2010 cars did not have DRS yet. There is a driver on the inside line of the Griggs who's going out of... Oh, and that was absolutely stupid from the Lotus. Why would he do that? That was wish. That was not very smart, going for a dive like that out of the pit lane. Here is Ramon in his McLaren, also going for a fast lap. As he goes up to P6. A little bit wider there on the curbs. Here is a standby in his Mercedes, and he doesn't improve. So Void then on provisional pole position from Tissues, who is in the Red Bull sandwich between P1 and P3, Ryosak in P3. Oh, and that's Sebo getting punted by the Lotus. That was interesting to say. At least the Lotus outbroke himself there. Here we could see Sebo's helmet. Sebo goes onto the main straight, but I don't think there will be anything from this lap because he got hit. I'm about to blow. Oh, thank you very much, 13. That's very, very good. So Wade then on provisional pole position in his Red Bull with 4 minutes still to go in this qualifying. He's on provisional pole by almost 7/10 of a second. Yeah, I can't do anything about mic though. I don't know how to change that. It's just the thing of my mic. Because if I put it lower, you won't be able to hear me. Wait, maybe there's like a filter in OBS, but yeah, it hasn't changed anything. Let me check. Wait. If I use this, is it better? I found something. This could maybe help, I'm not sure. Here you can see Voigt's helmet in his Red Bull. You can see that Voigt's helmet says that Red Bull gives you wings, so you can try it out. So is it better? Okay. Well, that's interesting. This is an interesting camera. It's like from Wheels POV. And now on board, as he goes into the final sector of the track. Okay, so the stream is patched up and Season 2 will be much higher quality, everyone. Let's go! So out of our 14 drivers, the Griggs is last with a 2 minute 40 lap. I'm not sure if he's managed to set a proper lap time. As Voigt is on pole by almost 1 second at the moment, will Tissues be able to improve and beat him? Here you can see the final main straight at Interlagos from the nose of the car. As Tissues goes to the finish line. And nothing. So he did not improve. Will he go for another lap? It looks to me that he's going for another lap. Here we go, on board with the Marussia. Sebo getting out of the way there for Tissues. Yes, Tissues is the Virgin driver, yes. Because he drives for the Virgin team, everyone. Remember that. It's not because he's a Virgin. It's because he drives for the Virgin team. There was a little bit of a slip there. And onto the start-finish line. And he doesn't improve. I'm not sure if he has the tires for one more lap. What about Ryosak? He does improve, but it's still 8 thousandths of a second behind Tissues. That's crazy. Swash in the meantime. The driver who's driving on the keyboard. He goes into P4. That's a great performance by Swash. Rico in his Lotus. Oh, of the track, and he goes into. He's currently in P5, and that's a big crash between him and the HRT of Swash, the Hispania racing team. Oh, and this is interesting to say at least. The cars bumping into each other as Voigt in the meantime finishes his lap. What about Tissues? Get... That has been one of the best moves I have ever seen in my life. Tissues goes over the finish line, but he doesn't improve, so that's the qualifying over for him. What about Ryosak? Will he be able to find some time to gain? And he goes up into P2, so it's a front row lockout for Red Bull Racing. Even here on F1 that you get a Red Bull 1-2. Ramon P7, confirmed. I don't think there will be much changes here. Nope. So then it's Dennis in P8, the second Mercedes, behind Estemba who's in P6. Only in his Toro Rosso in P9, Ferox the highest and the only Ferrari on the grid at the moment in P10. Sebo still on and up. But he's not gaining time on Ferox, he's in P11, the first driver outside the top 10. Yeah, he's already on a slow lap, it seems as well. Uncle Pierre in P12, the Griggs in P13, and Viash in P14. So that is our grid set with Voigt on pole and Ryosak, his teammate, behind him in P2 on the front row. So how will the race play out? What do you think, everyone? Who's going to get the win today? Because we don't have the Force India's racing. Has the Red Bull pretty much... The Red Bulls have pretty much no competition, it seems. As they have blocked out the front row by quite some margin. Voigt seems to be the favorite here. Then it's Ryosak and Ferox. One minute to go on the countdown before this race starts. The race will be 36 laps long, so there will be plenty of racing action. It's 50% from the normal Grand Prix distance. Voigt on pole, with Ryosak alongside him, as we've already said. Tissues in his Virgin Marussia in P3. There is a Mercedes AMG on the grid. No, it's just the commentator's car. Let's go. Here is Voigt revving up his engine, trying to lose some of the fuel. We only have two drivers starting on softs, and that's the Griggs and Viash. $13 is rooting for Tissues, so let's see how will that play out. The lights are starting to turn red. 1, 4, 5, 6 red lights on. Someone jumped the start and they're out and away we go. So Voigt getting the jump on Ryosak it seems, but Ryosak will be down the inside. He's being careful with it. Sayash with Tissues fighting. Sayash goes into P3 in his HRT. So Voigt then leads for Red Bull with Ryosak behind him. Sayash is wheel to wheel with Estemba and Tissues. And Tissues is on the inside line. It's now Estemba pushing Sayash a little bit off the track. There's also Rico in the fight. And around the outside goes Tissues. But it doesn't work for him, and then Rico turned around. And I think there's been contact with Sayash. Yes, Sayash is off the track, so is Rico. So, and oh, there's a big crash and a big collection. And that's Tissues out, Rico out, and Sayash out. There is a lot of chaos going on at the moment. I have no idea what's going on. There's another dangerous comeback on the track, and Sebo and everyone gets collected. There's a massive car crash. So Rausak can lead. Here it's Sebo in middle of the chaos. Rico is down to P10. Tissues is in P8, so not all hope is lost for him. Estenba coming out in P3 in this battle, with Ramon in his McLaren right behind him. Then it's Dennis in P5, and the Griggs who survived all the trouble in P6, Uncle Pierre in P7. But Tissues is already closing in on him, and so is Rico on Sebo. What a crazy first lap. And now Rico trying to go around the outside, Sebo takes the inside line, Rico around the outside, late on the brakes, and he's been spun around, there has been contact with Sebo. And Rico is around, and I think so is Sebo. Yes, Sebo is out as well. So Sebo is currently last. Meanwhile, Raymond trying to go around the outside. And now on the inside of Estenba, fighting for provisional P3 in the race. Estenba now getting a little bit of a gap. Here is Tissues battling with Uncle Pierre and the Griggs. And I had no idea what was going on there. It was absolutely crazy. And now Tissues trying to pick a line, and he's on the inside line, and this could be a two-way move. Uncle Pierre has a little bit wide, and Tissues is down on the inside line. There has been contact between Uncle Pierre and the Griggs, and Tissues comes out on top in that battle. Uncle Pierre goes past the Griggs, who is down to P8. Meanwhile, here is Ramon. Still trying to find a way past Estenba. He had a small look down the inside, but he's just not close enough at the moment. On board with me, McLaren, Estenba has spun! Estenba has spun and he's off the track. Will his teammate Dennis be able to get past him? I don't think he wants to go past his teammate. He stays behind. Meanwhile, Sayash trying to go past Ferox. He has the better exit, he's in the slipstream. Will he go for a move here? No, he waits, he prepares the exit, he goes a little bit wide though. So the Ferox gets the better exit. Was late on the brakes by Sayash. He's still very close, there has been some smoke in front. As Sayash closing in, and he takes the inside line. And Ferox tries to hang it around the outside, but he goes wide, and that's Sayash winning the battle there pretty much. Meanwhile, Rico closing up on the Griggs. And Dennis is still close to us, but the Griggs goes completely off the track, cuts the corner, and Rico is through. The Griggs is on the grass, and he will lose some time here for sure, as he comes back on the track. Watch out, Sayash. Sayash survives that one, the Grig is in the wall. Sebo up to P12. Void Intent, meanwhile, leading by 3 seconds almost. It's a Red Bull 1-2. With Raman in P3, missing out 4 seconds to the driver ahead of him. That's Ryosak. Esteban needs to catch up at least 6 seconds to come back into the fight for the podium. His teammate then is about a second behind him, as only Uncle Pierre's teammate in the Toro Rosso is closing in on Uncle Pierre. So this will be A nice battle between the teammates, if they get to fight. You can also see Rico there behind, in his Lotus. So Viash retires from the race after 5 laps, as he disconnected from the server. Now Only goes around the outside, a great move by him, but Rico is right there as well. And Rico down the inside on Uncle Pier, and he gets past Uncle Pier. Will Uncle Pier be able to fight back though? On board with the Toro Rosso, and he goes past Rico again. Has been very close. Now Rico in the slipstream. He's on the outside line of Uncle Pier. Can he hang it out around the outside? And he goes around the outside. Great late move there. Great job from Rico to get past Uncle Pier. In the meantime, Tissues is closing up on Dennis. Dennis runs wide. This helps Tissues, and Tissues goes around the outside here. Brilliant move by Tissues. Great job from Tissues there, and immediately starts to close in on Estemba. He can see him right there in front of him. So, will Tissues be able to fight with Estemba in the following laps? I think it's almost certain that he will catch up. He was P3 on the grid. He got taken out on the first lap. In that absolute chaos that we have seen. 1.7 seconds is the gap at the moment. Rico closing in on Omni. We go on board with Rico, and now from the TV camera Rico is closing in. He takes the inside line and late on the brakes, and Rico's done it. But now he's around a little bit wide, but he makes the move stick. Only trying to fight back there, but it's Rico who hangs it out. And only trying to go around the outside, but he doesn't manage to. So it's Rico up to P7, the driver who started from P5. Also one of the victims of the opening laps chaos. So, will only be able to fight back. He's still close. In the meantime, Sayash closing in on Uncle Pierre. As Tissues goes past Estemba, I think Estemba has been off the track again. And Estemba has retired, I think. Yes. Swash gets past Uncle Pierre into turn 1. On is still trying to fight back with Rico. Looking down the inside, Rico leaves the door open. And now wheel to wheel. Oh, he takes a look down the inside again. Here is Ferox in his Ferrari, wheel to wheel with Uncle Pierre. On board with the Ferrari. Here is only really close to Rico in his slipstream. On the inside line, and he blasts past Rico. Will Rico be able to fight back? No, at least not yet. But now it's the Rico who's in the slipstream of Omni. And around the outside, Wheel to wheel. Omni goes a little bit wide. Rico is right on his tail. And around the outside goes Rico. Oh, it's very close. And Omni stays in P6. But Rico is still close. And Omni also closing up on Dennis, who will soon be part of this battle as well. Oh, your game, that's unfortunate. Sorry about that, man. That sucks. As Omni round the outside of Dennis into turn 1. And Omni makes the mistake. Now Dennis holds up Rico a little bit on the exit. So Rico now trying to go round the outside. Wheel to wheel, Mercedes against Lotus. Now, late on the brakes, Dennis has the inside line, but Rico goes around the outside and makes the move stick. And now, will he be able to fight with Omni as well, or will Dennis be able to fight back? We won't get to see that from this camera angle, but whatever. That's much better. Ferox chasing down Uncle Pierre, and Uncle Pierre loses it in front of Ferox. Now be careful not to get collected, but yeah. Ferox goes past into P9 as Uncle Pierre has lost the car. So we go back to the closest battle we have seen so far on the track. Or that we have at the moment. And that's Rico versus Onning. .7 seconds, or 7/10 if you like, between the Toro Rosso and the Lotus. Only showing some really decent race pace here. And so is Rico. Oh, a little bit wide there from the Lotus driver. So in the meantime, Sash is closing up on Dennis as well. And Rico is close to One. In the slipstream, the Griggs is in the pit lane. Here is Rico really close to Oni though. Around the outside he goes. And does he get past? No, Oni is late on the brakes. And with the inside line he manages to stay in front into turn 1. But now will Rico be quicker? And Oni almost loses a car and Rico goes through on Oni. As here is Sayash also behind Dennis. In the slipstream, taking the inside line. Wheel to wheel, and he goes past. Only against Rico as well. Almost off track there. Still wheel to wheel, up the hill. Round the outside, tries to go Only, but Rico with the inside line manages to stay ahead. But now Omni dived the inside. Oh my word, what a move by Omni. That was very late. Great timing. Sash goes past Dennis, definitely now. Rico still fighting with Omni. Very close here. Was an interesting line from Omni. And I'm not sure if it paid off because Rico seems to be quicker. On the exit, much quicker. In the slipstream as well. On the inside line. As he goes past Omni, it's still wheel to wheel. Will be later on the brakes, it's Rico. And will Omni be able to get the better exit here? He will also have the slipstream. Toro Rosso against Lotus, Omni with the slipstream on the inside line. He goes past Rico. He gets pretty much perfect line through there. But now up the hill, Rico has much better speed. Tries to go around the outside, and he does go around the outside. What a move by Rico, but now he almost loses the car. He's off the track. He lets only... Oh, he doesn't. He stays ahead. What a battle these two are having. As Rayman pits from P3. So I guess he will be going to the soft tires. And it's hards again for Rayman. Only in the pit lane as well. For another set of hearts, so is Sayash, I guess. Ferox, Uncle Pierre. Ferox switched to the softs. He's the only one, everyone else pitted for hearts. As Void, who has been dominating this race from the start so far, is in the pit lane as well. What tires will he put on? So Void out of the pit lane with hearts on. Now it's Tissues who pits. And Rico as well. The second wave of the pits. Tissues out with another set of hearts, so is Rico. What about Dennis? Dennis goes for softs. I wonder if these guys are trying to pull off a one-stop strategy here. I'm not sure. Let's see. So Rico got undercutted by Omni. That's unfortunate for Rico after that tremendous battle. Also, it's Sebo on the exit. Wheel to wheel with Omni. Sorry, Dennis. But Dennis on the fresher tires and the softer tires. I think he will stay ahead here. Ryosak in the pit lane. As Void retakes the lead of the race, Ryosak puts on another set of hearts as well. And Sebo wheel to wheel with Dennis. I think Dennis made a mistake there somewhere. Oh, now Sebo gets a little bit of a bump in his back. And Dennis down the inside. Sebo tries to stick more to the apex. And Dennis is ahead for the moment. Will Sebo be able to come back in the slipstream? I think that's for sure. The slipstream works almost like a DRS here. And Sebo goes past Dennis. And he stays ahead into turn 1. In the meantime, Rico just not close enough to Oni yet. Oh, there was someone in the wall there. Was it? Yeah, that was the Griggs. And then is down the inside and goes past Sebo again. Nice wheel to wheel battle. And Sebo on the inside line, but then it hangs it right around the outside. Guys, give me a second, my grandfather is calling me, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back, sorry about it. I had to answer, is my grandfather, so of course I had to answer. Here we can see the tussle between Rico and On is still going on. What a great battle, and Rico right round the outside. And Omni on the inside line, please give me a good camera angle. And Omni with the inside defends his position. Great attempt by Rico to retake the place of the P5. Sebo in the meantime icy pitted for soft. As Rico is still close to Onne, but just not close enough yet to make the move. Rico has a small look down the inside, but he doesn't go for it. 0.3 of a second between the two. You can see on his mirrors, Rico looking for a place to get past. But there just isn't any. Rico putting extreme pressure, but On is dealing greatly with it. Can see how much 13 isn't racing because he's not at his home, he's at his family's house and he doesn't have his wheel. So 13 bot is just chilling. Rico still trying to find a way past Omni. I think that will be the main story of this race. We'll definitely try to hear from these two about their battle. As Ferox goes past Dennis. You are very right, Sir AJ. So Dennis down to P9, unfortunately for him. I think Rico will be Toro Rosso rear wing expert after this race. He's been staring at that rear wing for pretty much the whole race at this point. It's still just like, you know, the same gap all around. Half a second, 0.3. And sometimes they manage to go wheel to wheel, but there isn't just enough for Rico to get past at the moment. Yeah, Dras has his family over as well, so he's not racing. And yeah, as you said, Rocco doesn't have his rig as well, so... yeah, that's pretty much it. So no Force Indias this weekend. But I'm quite sure they'll be back for the final round in Indias Marina. So that's definitely positive news for the next race, at least. We are observing the Red Bull domination at the moment, with White leading the race from his teammate Ryasak by 13 seconds, 1-2 for Red Bull. Rayman in his McLaren in P3 with Tissues in the Virgin Marussia in P4. The battle for P5 between One and Rico in Toro Rosso and Lotus. Sayash in P7. In the HRT, Ferox on his Ferrari made his way up to P8. Dennis in the last Mercedes that's standing in P9. Uncle Pierre in the other Toro Rosso in P10. Sebo P11. And the Griggs already being clubbed in the Williams. Now Rico is getting a little bit closer. So could we see a move here? On board with the Lotus, let's see. He's getting closer and closer in the slipstream. It's 2/10 and the gap is going down 1/10 of a second. I think this will be wheel to wheel on the main straight. And Rico is on the inside line. He goes past Onne. Will he be able to make the move stick? Onne is later on the brakes, but Rico hits turn 1 pretty much perfectly. Onne on the other hand, and there's contact between the Lotus and the Toro Rosso. And now Onne slows down to not go past Rico because he knew he made contact with him. But now he's closing in. And down the inside he goes. That was greatly set it up by Rico, but unfortunately for him there has been contact after turn 1. I'm quite sure he won't be happy about that. Oh, and Rico bumps into Onne. Wow. So, a lot of contact from these two in this lap. But now Rico is close again. So perhaps a little bit cleaner gentleman this time. As he's on the outside line. He goes past on the main straight and slipstream. He makes the mistake. And he's ahead of Omni. Will Omni be able to fight back? It doesn't look like he will at the moment, as Dennis goes past Ferox. And Ferox is into the wall! The Ferrari is in the wall. Uncle Pierre goes past as well. What about Sebo? Sebo is just a little bit too far back at the moment. Seven seconds for Sebo to get into the top 10. So let's see if he will be able to do that. There are currently no on-track battles, so we could watch the race leader. He's coming up to lap Uncle Pierre. And he does so. I'll just turn the auto cam on at the moment, I guess, because I don't know what to watch. There are no on-track battles at the moment. The closest one is still Onne, just dropping behind Rico now at the moment. So, yeah. I guess we will have to wait for the next round of pit stops, which is coming up. So, how is everyone doing? I hope you're alright. Enjoying your Friday evening. Here you can see Rayman in his Ferox pits, so the first of the second round of pit stops. Rayman in his McLaren in P3, pulling off a great race here today. As Ferox goes out of the pit lane on another set of hards, so he's went for hard, soft, hard strategy. I guess Sebo is on the same strategy while everyone else is on hard, hard, soft. Also Dennis is on hard, soft, hard strategy. I have no idea what to say here. So... There is some investigation in the YouTube chat about who is Mr. AJ, so... That's the most interesting thing going on at the moment. Also, I guess that Ferox could perhaps get a little bit of a gap to Sebo by undercut. Extend those 7 seconds for that final point. No one can match the pace of the Red Bulls today, that's for sure. And Raymond is having pretty much... How about talk about it? What are you, man? You are in condition for the championship and you're not even racing, man, so shut up. You in battle for second, there's a 40-point gap from P2 to P3. Huh? There's a close battle between Rayman and Sebo. And Rayman, if he finishes P3 today, he will jump Sebo for P4. And also Stoy Stefano for P3. If you meant that. Because Stellan's on 60 points, and Rayman is on 50 points. In the constructors, Force India has already won. And with that Red Bull one too, they will secure P2 by quite some margin because there is no Williams driver today. Who is on for a good... Yeah, but for second in constructors, if there is no guy for the team racing, like what? They have 20-point gap to P2, and they have 1-2 at the moment. And there is one Williams on the grid who's outside of the points. As Sayash goes for his sets of soft. As Tissue spits, he will go on the soft compound as well. Will he come out ahead of Sayash? Yes, he will. That's for sure. My prediction, well, I don't know how the lineups are going to be, but if I said that you and Dras will quite likely be up front with Void and Ryosak, I think it could be very close between you and Void. Because you two guys, I feel like you are two very close together. I'd also say Dras could be in the mix, he's been doing very well in these cars. Then I guess the other guys would be Rico, Tissues, and Raymond. So yeah, I'd go for that. I don't know about the teams because you will not be, or maybe you will, in the same team. So yeah, I don't know how the lineup are going to be. So Rico out of the pit lane. So on is Omni. So nothing will change here. This camera getting me sick. Sebo wheel to wheel with Dennis here. That's an interesting battle. As Sebo goes past Dennis. But Dennis on the inside forces Sebo to leave the door open. Great move out of the slipstream by Dennis. Wheel to wheel. And it's Sebo who will have the inside. Oh, and whoa! Dennis went completely off the track here. And Uncle Pierre goes past him as well. What could be an interesting battle is for the last place in the constructors between Virgin, Hispania and Lotus. Because both Lotus, Virgin and Hispania will get a lot of points today. From Rico, Tissues and such. But because those guys started quite late in the league, their teams don't have really a lot of points, so... That could be an interesting battle for the last place. Who's going to end up last? Currently it's Lotus with 10 points. Behind Hispania with 20 points and Virgin with 21 points. Virgin would get most points today, then Lotus and then Hispania. And Uncle Pierre hits the back of Sebo there. And now that helps Dennis to close up with a higher speed in the corners, and down the inside goes Dennis. And you can see Rausak coming up behind them to love them. As Dennis wheel to wheel with Sebo on the main straight. Uncle Pierre right behind them in the slipstream. Now he pulls out. Great move by Uncle Pierre. Will he be able to get anything out of it? No, he won't. So Dennis goes ahead of Sebo. Sebo on the dying soft will now be passed by Uncle Pierre as well. As Uncle Pierre goes ahead of Sebo. Not a lot Sebo can do here. He tries to go for a switchback. And now there's Rausak, who's lost a lot of time in traffic to Rayman. He's being held up here all the time, and that's Sebo around. And I don't know if he got hit by Uncle Pierre or Rausak, but that for sure helps Rayman to close up in the battle for P2. 1.6 seconds. Will Rayman be able to fight for P2 here as Uncle Pierre still behind Sebo? Oh, contact on the main straight. As Rayman closes just to 1.2 seconds in the battle for P2. So, even though we were watching a Red Bull 1-2 all race long, this could end with a Red Bull 1-3 and McLaren splitting them up. Here is Sebo on his dying tires, trying to score the point he needs so badly. Now Uncle Pierre in the slipstream. Around the outside of Sebo, another wheel bank. Sebo on the inside line again. Uncle Pierre tries to get the better exit here. Rayman in the meantime dropped off a little bit from Rausak. Whoa, and now around the outside, tried to go on to Pier, but there was no way for him. Sebo is pulling off a great defense drive here for that P9. Oh, and Sebo has spun and he's lost it. So, I jinxed Sebo there, unfortunately. As I said, he was pulling off a great defense drive, he spun around. That's very unfortunate for Sebo, as race leader, Void. Is about to start what will be his final lap. So he has done an exceptional job today. He got pole, he was leading all race long. In the meantime, let's check this battle between Rico and Tissues. For P4, as I've said, this could be important for the teams. And Tissues, it seems that his tires are really dropping on him. Rico has one more lap to go and get past Tissues. He's very close now, but what's not helping is the fact that there is a car ahead. Yes, and it's Sebo who's giving Tissues slipstream. Rico is really close. As in the meantime, here is Void, who comes across the finish line and he wins the Brazilian Grand Prix. Rausak will come home in P2. As Rico is really close to Tissues. This could be a photo finish. Rausak holds off Raymond, who was closing in for some time. Come home in P2. Raymond takes P3. And now it's between Tissues and Rico for the P4. Swash and Dennis finishing P7 and P8. Those guys have been lapped. It's Rico who gets the better exit. And he's close, but I don't think this will be close enough. He's closing in, but he's closing in. Tissues holds him off to the checkered flag as they go with a photo finish. Here is Onne finishing in P6, sorry. And that's all for the race. What the hell was that? So Void wins the Brazilian Grand Prix, a 1-2 for the Red Bull. Rausak has went on to explore the streets of Interlagos. Sorry, Sao Paulo. I never knew this was on the map. Where the hell is he hiding? How did he get here? Amazing stuff. So if you're still around, don't go yet, because we will have some APL post-race interviews. If you have any questions for the drivers, drop them in the chat and I will ask the drivers the questions you want to hear. I will give the drivers some time after the race. To chill out, and we will get some interviews. We will start with our race winner, Void. Hello.
Hello.
So, congratulations on your victory. How did you enjoy your race today? You have dominated the whole race.
Just trying to keep it on track, mostly with the speed. That's as much as I could say about it. It's
Yeah.
nothing much
Did you
going
have
on my end. So overall, actually, qualifying it also went pretty well. Then we almost both just got away right away. So
Yeah. Did you have any
Rio did have
problems today?
issues with left cars a bit, but they managed to keep the second place. So 1-2 for RB. Really good.
Yeah. Big congratulations. Did you have any issues for yourself, or
Not really.
so just a
Just keeping it
smooth
away from the inside curves, and that's about it,
operation all around for you?
pretty much. Yeah, I almost got the fastest lap, just made the same lap as Ramon, but one lap later or two, so that didn't count as purple. Yeah, exact same lap time there. Race fastest lap, the tires just gave out in the end, so it was not really possible anymore. Lost 3 laps.
Fair enough. So big
Yeah,
congratulations.
that is really about it. Yeah, thank you.
Big congratulations and enjoy your victory. Thank you and bye bye. See you
Yeah,
next time in
thanks.
Yas Marino.
Yep, see you.
Bye bye. So the next guy we will have here is the P3 finisher, Rayman. Hello.
Hello.
So how did you enjoy your race?
Much more than I
Oh,
did the last two because I haven't been taken out
Yeah.
like all the other races.
I'm sorry I didn't bring Rayman and I brought Ryosaki in because I didn't see the Discord name because of the streamer mode. Sorry about it. So it looked in the end there that you were stuck in a lot of traffic. How did you manage that?
Yeah. I just waited for them to sort it out, and they did. They crashed.
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Oh, there's a guy right behind me. I better move." I was happy sitting behind them watching the battle, but then I didn't realize I was fine for P3.
Did
So
you maybe on the
over
start
P2.
feel like you could challenge for the race win, or
No,
you just set it for the P2?
I know Blank is a long-time friend. He's not that slow.
Fair
That's for
enough.
sure.
So you settled for the
Yeah.
P2.
Yeah, that was going to happen anyway. The only way I'd win is if he DNF'd
Oh, fair enough.
or got taken out. Yeah,
So apart from the traffic, did you feel like there was anything difficult for you in this race, or same as Blank? Just a smooth operation?
No, yeah, nothing really happened. I was fine, just hot lapping.
Fair enough.
It was enjoyable, actually. I will say it was fun, the hot lap. So, yeah. I mean, apart from the traffic, it was okay. I mean, most people were fine. Most people got out of the way, which is okay.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Glad to hear that. And congratulations on your P2 and the 1-2
Thank
for
you.
the team. Enjoy.
Yeah, see you next week.
Yeah, see you next week in Yas Marina. Bye bye.
Bye.
Okay, and now the last driver who wants to get debriefed is Dennis, who finished P8. So let's hear from him what he has to say about his race. Hello, Dennis.
Hello, hello, hello.
So how did you enjoy
Finally.
your race today? You got some nice points in the back.
Yes. So at the start was rough. My teammate said no and left.
Yeah, his game
And
crashed.
my oh, did his game crash?
He said it in the chat.
Oh,
In the stream.
then my mental support Nico left, and yeah, I was pretty stunned, so fell back. Then had a pretty epic battle with Uncle Pear and
Rico?
Sibo,
Oh, simple, yes, sir.
and yeah, won that battle. Finished P8. Not the best I finished, but for a track I don't race on, amazing.
Fair enough, great to hear that. Did you feel like there was any like a difficult stage for you during this race? Or
Difficult stages. I mean, it was hard seeing just like people just overtaking me left and right. Because at one point I was P5, I think, and
Yeah.
then I was just overtaken, and yeah. But other than that, it's a fun race, great race. Everyone kept their racing line. Everyone knew when to back off, and yeah, pretty fun race.
well, that's great to hear. So yeah, congratulations on your P8 and some nice points.
Thank you.
And
Thank
see
you.
you next
How's
week.
your day? How's your day? How's your
Oh,
day?
Thank you. My day, I'm quite tired. I had a lot of school, so I'm just glad now that it's over and I can go and chill. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the weekend. I'm going on a cool trip with my grandfather, so
Oh,
yeah.
good for you, man.
yeah, I'm looking
Yeah.
forward. Thank you.
Good day, man. Good day.
Yeah, good too as well. See you next week. Bye bye.
Yep.
Have a
You
good night.
too. Bye.
Bye bye. So, that has been everything from us on APL today. So if you like the race, go and subscribe to our YouTube channel, like the stream, share it with your friends, family, your dog, or whatever you would like. Don't forget to join our Discord server to race with us. We are doing some cool projects apart from this as well. We are making a Dakar League if you would like to join, if you know, on Dakar Desert Rally. We are also racing an endurance league on Project Cars 2, so feel free to join that as well. And that's all from me today. I'll see you next week for the season finale where Dras and 13 Bot will fight for the championship on the Yas Marina circuit. The constructors has already been decided. It's Force India who won the constructors championship for the season 1 here. So yes, see you next week in Yas Marina and bye bye.